back. Welcome back. 1-2 punch.
Yes, sir. 1-2 bow, nigga. Feel me? We back, nigga.
Yeah, it's been a minute. 1-2 punch. It's been like what? 2021. Last time it was 1-2 punch.
Shit. Nah, we recorded one episode about a year ago in like January. Was like the last time.
I do. Yeah, I do remember. Damn.
Then my nigga disappeared. Nigga disappeared like PG in a clutch.
My bad. Oh, I came back though.
Nigga disappeared like your boy Reed Shepard and them boys in the tournament in Kentucky, because that's what we're gonna be talking about. I gotta take my little jab, feel me?
We definitely.
Now we back on the Blue Buzz. You already know if you listen to this podcast before. Feel me? You know, Duke is the standard. That's my squad. The standard college basketball. We got a lot to talk about tonight with Duke. Well, whenever you listen to this podcast, with Duke and Kentucky. And where you want to lead it off with?
So I guess we can recap the previous March. We're going to go season, March Madness. I got a lot to get on.
All right. So let's just. What team you want to kick off with?
I guess let's do Kentucky.
Kentucky. All right.
Real blue blood.
All right, relax. Anyway, Kentucky, yo, my nigga. John Calipari's not your coach anymore, my nigga. The last time we did your podcast, did this podcast together, did you believe this would be a possibility? Or like something like this would just happen this quick?
Yeah, but not really. Because I thought, I always thought it was just, people were just chatting. Nah. You know, because Cal, ever since I became a Kentucky Cal, I came in with Cal. So that was something I had to get used to. I got to get used to. This is weird, but I definitely didn't expect us to not have him at home. You got to enter a new era sometimes. A little refreshes is good for all parties.
All right, so let's just talk about. Oh, my fault.
You go. I'll just say I just definitely didn't expect it to be.
All right, so let's get into Kentucky. This past year, you guys kept coming in number one recruiting class, and what everybody expected was the top guys were DJ Wagner, Aaron Bradshaw, and Justin Edwards. Those three were expected to be like the top guys for the Kentucky squad, and then little than basically anybody know, Rob Dillingham and Reed Shepard ended up going to be 2 top 10 picks, possibly. What happened? What happened? What happened with this Kentucky roster? Because you guys also had Antonio Reeves, who had a All-American type of season, and then 2 other guys in the recruiting class. Visic was also in there. Actually, I forgot who was the other one. I think that might have been in your class last year. And then, just what the hell happened with Kentucky? What do you think went wrong? Because Cal is no longer here.
I think it was both on. It was on the players and coach. I think it was everybody came to play. I think the biggest one was definitely defense. Because that was a kryptonite from start to finish all season. And that was something that you even harped on last season. Like, that could be your problem for us.
Yeah.
And you can't to fruition.
Because every time I watch y'all this year, I'm like, y'all just can't defend. Like, it was really like the game that I noticed it when y'all lost to UNC Wilmington. And y'all almost lost to what team was it? St. Joe's. Was it St. Joe's?
Yeah.
If that big man would have made that free throw, y'all would have lost that game at Rupp. So yeah, you guys just lost. Oh, speak about Cal. I see Cal on the TV right now. He had the OKC game. But damn, I just forgot what I was just talking about.
You talk about the defense. You talk about
the defense just looks suspect from there, and then everybody's talking about wait till the bigs get healthy and all that, and nigga, each one of them was barbecue chicken. Take your pick. Niggas was getting boy. Oh my god, y'all was getting boy. Ugonna Yenso he got some he was one of the best shot blockers. But if he wasn't blocking that damn shot,
he is not nothing. But yeah, it was just all around bad defensively. Like no adjustments were made either. No, I know you. I remember you bring it up to me like how we weren't practicing. Well, what we probably should have went wrong a couple of times, a lot this season, that we just decided not to. I don't know what we were doing shout out for a while, but I feel like the players, especially though, like just the effort was just not because defensive consistency and the effort was just not there, and it was just careless. Like it was indisciplined and careless. And I remember, but you remember I rant about Oscar Sheboy back then during those Severe Willie days, like how I just hated his pick and roll defense. It was just like it just felt like the effort wasn't there. He was just so bad at it. It was the same about our perimeter guys, like on the ball, like it was just really bad. It was just a lot of people kind of blinded by the stats, low key, because Reece Shepard was getting a lot of steals, a lot of this and that. But I feel like a lot of that was just off ball. He had some moments on ball too.
He had a lot of like bad moments off ball. Just like even that Florida game, like the blunders that he had, because I remember when they won that game. I think it was Walter Clayton hit like a big time three and that. But what'd you say?
Yeah. No, I mess with Walter Clayton.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, aside from all like the highlight defensive, the highlights that Reed had, like them blocking jump shots, getting steals, like just crazy and all that stuff. Like it just the full, you feel me? Like the full game defensive intensity was not, and the consistency.
I don't remember. I don't remember the last Kentucky defense I respected.
And it's crazy. We're really usually built our team off of pretty good defense and shot block. That's usually one of the main things, the rebounding. Like stuff, but it just I feel like the personnel wasn't there. Like, and that's another thing. I feel like we were talking about the recruiting class and this whole thing that Kentucky fans were talking about, this and that, you can't go to all these recruits. And I feel like, for one, I feel like the level of recruiting class, like how good the recruiting class is in general, like player by player, goes into that. And then the personnel you were getting. I feel like we just got a bunch of too many, like the big ones aren't versed enough for me. I feel like especially physically, they weren't all burly, like brolic type dudes. Like I feel like everybody was kind of like slender. Dudes was like this big, skinny.
I've seen each one of your bigs get picked on like multiple different games. Like it was really take your pick. Whoever was in was gonna get it that night. I remember the Gonzaga game. Big man off the bench, the white boy. I forgot what his name. It was like something Huff or some shit. He was killing y'all. He was killing Aaron Bradshaw specifically that game. But like it was just so much games. Like there's like none of the big men really stood out from each other, and that's what just kind of like fucked it up for y'all because you don't know what they're gonna give you on any given night.
So that was definitely like you said, dude was getting eaten a lot. Like I remember during the like one thing I could say, like I would give if I would have to give a benefit of I would say benefit of some type of was like sometimes the effort. I feel like the effort for the bigs were there more than the guard defense.
Oh yeah, because Rob Dillingham, we didn't even get to talk about him defensively.
Like, because I feel like even though Aaron Bradshaw was getting bullied, like he was still trying to compete. I remember against North Carolina, like he was getting baby by Baker. He was still competing with Baker, boards and shit. But it just was just off. Like I said, the personnel, you getting guys who are you usually get if we're gonna get a guy that's like slender and athletic, we usually get another dude. Like when you think back, like say like 2013, we had like Marcus Lee, but we still ended up getting Dakari Johnson. Like he was a bigger unit. Like you we would mix it up, and he already had like another like maybe sophomore. Willie Cauley-Stein, stuff like that. So I feel like it was a mix. And even you could say that thing with the power forwards. Like you always like Alex Poitras was like a stronger kind of power forward. But we end up having dudes who were playing guard and actually playing power forward. You know, it worked sometimes, but it just wasn't there. Like the duration of the season. So that, and I also feel like Of course, not some of the bigs not starting together. But also had to do part with us being, not so great when they came and we transitioned because we were starting off like small, but everybody was falling with that. That's what kind of like we was thinking like, okay, this is looking to work. Trey Mitchell at the five.
Yeah. I didn't even talk about Trey Mitchell. I forgot about him for a second.
Yeah, Trey Mitchell at the five and stuff. Pre-injury because after oh my god, he came back, he was so off. But Trey Mitchell at the five, and then you had like Justin Edwards at the four and stuff like that. Antonio Reeves playing the three, and then you had the two guards. So, but my thing is, I think defense and then just like adjustment, just lack of consistency and effort really cooked us. So,
so did you think that Cal deserved to be gone? What's your honest opinion? Do you think the fans ran him out?
I think
it was time.
It was everything. It definitely was time, I guess. Me personally, what I think, I wanted him to stay in one more season. Like, I wanted to be like him to leave a little better. Because, I mean, he did a lot for not only just because of state of Kentucky, like, he was doing like a lot of stuff that, just like philanthropy. Well, I don't want to say that from him, but like, I know when they had like a lot of hurricanes and all that stuff, like, all the off the court stuff, like, he was doing that in Kentucky. So I feel like maybe he deserved a little better exit. Like I said, I wanted him to complete his year, like finish it off with his class that he was, and then just like, get a better exit. But I think, like you said, I mean, like you said, it was time. So I think it was time. The fans definitely ran him out. I think they ran him out. They was trying to get him out last year or a few years.
Hey, can we honestly blame them? Because if we talk about Cal from the last couple of years, it's just been going downhill. It's just not the same. And like, nigga, I'm telling you, I haven't respected a Kentucky team in like I don't know how long, my nigga. Been like 5 years, nigga. And you couldn't even see like, and that was probably like the Tyrese Maxey team, but I didn't think they was probably gonna win it all because I thought, nigga, Kansas had a roster, Baylor had a roster, Duke had a roster. But I think that y'all probably would have been like a Elite 18 probably. But who the fuck knows? Like, we'll never know. And then the year before that, I think y'all made the Elite 18, but like that's probably like I just don't respect Kentucky like like the last couple of years. And I feel like Kentucky was losing that little luster. Yeah, they gonna send out pros. They do that all the time. But like the first round exits, not making a tournament. Another first round exit. Like, yo, what are we doing? What we doing?
Yeah. My thing is, like I said, it was time, man. Of course, like I said, the adjustments, like Cal he was showing signs that he washed. Like, I don't think he washed, but it was deteriorating. So,
yeah,
I also feel like keep going. I also feel like I just don't like when people just put him a full blame on the Cal. I feel like the players, when I use my eyes, he's counting on the court, missing bunnies and missing open dunks. You just standing right there, you got an open layup, you missing that. Like, I feel like that's not Cal. Of course, he got to make better adjustments as well and adjusted defensively because he definitely should have known, like, this team defensively on the ball in the perimeter is not it. Like, so as much as the offense kind of like exploded too, and all the points we were scoring, we was giving that shit up. What we shouldn't have. But yeah, I think it was. But I just felt like I wish it was like a little better.
All right, so Cal's gone. He's at Arkansas now. So new era, Mark Pope. Tell me what you think about like the whole coaching situation. Who'd you want it? Who's at the top of your list when Cal said he was leaving to go to Arkansas?
Of course, the only person that I could have thought of that we would have to go for it was Danny Hurley. But at the same time, I thought that was a little unrealistic because he's coming off
he just
like he's building something already. He's went back to back. He's building something. So it's like, and he did it so fast. It's like you want to start like a whole new fresh like that quick touches. So I don't know. And apparently we threw the bag, complete bag. He said, "Nah." So I think, and from what I know, from what I've been hearing too, I think after UConn, he's probably going to NBA. So I think that was really what I was for. I thought I wanted Danny Hurley, either him and then the likes of Scott and Drew and all them dudes came up. I mean, it was cool. It was like, I guess it was cool, but I'm not mad at the hire of Marco. I'm not mad. I
What was
came
like
on
your
the
what was your initial thoughts when you heard that Mark Pope got the job?
okay, so like I think like they didn't know like a few days prior, like when Cal was still on the job and they were talking about he about to leave. Like when the rumors started getting hot, like people was mentioning Mark Pope as like the wild card. So I was like, that's not like I don't think that's gonna happen. Type shit. So then time went on, Cal left, and after all this, all the, like the signs are pointing at like none of these dudes gonna leave their respective schools and stuff like that. And then Mark Pope, you actually broke the news. I was coming home. I was coming mad. Like, I looked at my phone. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, this is that. I was like, God, I was about to get on the bus. I got off the bus. I looked at it, was like, oh, Mark Pope, new head coach. I was like,
Oh yeah, I think I was gelling that day. Yeah, I heard them.
but I was like, damn. But then, like, so I was like, bro, because I'm like, bro, BYU, like, but then, like, literally, it took me, like, I was like, let me think about this for a little. It took me like 15 minutes. I was like, all right, I have no choice but to support. And that's how I doing more of my, like, research. I was doing my own film study and all that. And then they started coming out, and I'm like, all right, it looks like he's a bit more modern. Like, he's kind of like what we wanted, or what the fan base was wanting. So I'm not mad at it. I think he has a good vision. Like, he's young. He's part of, like, he's a part of the Kentucky coach. He won the national championship. Probably one of our best teams, like, ever. I think, kind of like what y'all did, Loki, but not in the same mode, because y'all kind of groomed Shire. Like, he was like right there. Like, it was
like coach
set up.
But like the situation was different because it's not because like Cal got ran out of there, but like
yeah,
Coach K knew he was gonna retire, and like he had time to like he wanted Shire to be like the next man up because he believed in it.
Like,
but like the whole Kentucky thing was a lot different because he wasn't the first option, he wasn't the second option, he probably wasn't the third option. But like it just kind of like at first when they was like, oh, they're gonna go with damn, Mark Pope. It's like, damn, they went from Calipari, losing Calipari, couldn't get Dan Hurley, couldn't get Scott Drew. Billy Donovan is one of the other top candidates. So it's like, oh, they about to hire a guy that coaches at BYU and like he hasn't won a tournament game.
Like Luke Kane.
But now we know like a little bit more about Mark Pope, and basically filled out. How many players you guys have on the roster now? About like 9 people.
Yeah, we got like this.
Yeah, let's get into the rosters. How you feel about them? Let's talk about who you guys got. Lamont Butler, Kirk Kriisa at the 2 point guards, Kobe Brea.
I'm gonna say the roster right now. So,
go ahead.
Lamont Butler, Jackson Rock. Oh, Lamont Butler, Otega Owe, Andrew Carr, Amari Williams, Kirk Kriisa, Colin Chandler, Kobe Brea, Brandon Garrison, Travis Perry, and Trent Noel, who did that. Kentucky fans will never do backwards for that. It'd be a whole fake hit. But yeah, that's our roster so far. And who we going after, like who we could still add, that's up in the air right now, could be Jackson Robinson, Chaz Lemire, or Musa Poplar.
All right. So right now, like what do you see that?
Anthony Alman, but yeah, that's all.
So just looking at the roster so far that Mark Pope built, like what do you see his vision as?
Well, so he's like the team. So I like how he built it. Like he's getting everybody that fits his like mold type. So like at BYU, of course, like everybody knows about BYU. Like they can't do what everybody else does. Because they're like a Mormon school, like dudes can't even drink coffee and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like they really strict. So the type of players you have to work with and stuff like that is like, it was a bit different. So he's gone on and got like, I guess, better players. Of course, firstly, what you see is like the defensive like turnaround from like last season to this roster. Like you see that immediately. So, and then you add in shooting. So like defense and shooting is like the two main things. Like the two main values that the team is going to bring. That's something that we need, especially defensively, come off last year. And experience.
Well, let's talk about the offense because I feel like he's more known as an offensive coach.
Yeah,
With just like trying to play like a little bit like more modern, a lot more perimeter oriented. So looking at the roster, let me get my thoughts on some of these guys. What I like, he definitely got like some defensive guys. You got Lamont Butler, Otega Owe, and Amari Williams also defensive player of the year in this whatever. I forgot what conference he was in.
yeah,
So I like that you guys added that. Kobe Bryant, the best shooter in the portal. As everybody mostly probably knows, had basically on his list all the blue bloods, Duke, Kentucky, Kansas.
Yeah, the greatest list of all time.
UConn.
I was like the greatest list of all time.
Yeah. And he ended up going to Kentucky. So that was a good pickup for y'all. Kirk Creaser, you know how I feel about him. I don't like his.
Yeah, we used to talk crazy about him too. Like that was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
He might. I hate watching this game, bro. I'm not about to hold you.
You know, it's funny. Everybody was like, "Yeah, like don't hype for the when he went at Luka." Like apparently, at FIBA, like he was trash talking. Yeah, he was like trash talking to Luka and all that. Everybody, oh, he still got. He still got a show. Because I was definitely talking crazy about him being in Arizona. Like his turnover rate and all that. Yeah, like
turnover, shot selection. Nah, bro. He's not into me.
Well, last season at West Virginia, he showed that for me. But I think a lot of the deficiencies, I feel like with this, when Pope is running though, we'll kind of hide his deficiencies a little bit, like, because he won't be, I don't think the turnovers will be as crazy. Because like I said, like I was saying off camera about, you know, the playmaking, there's not one playmaker. Like, I feel like everybody's kind of like a playmaker. You know, from the big man to the wings to the guards, like all in one. So there's not gonna be like that one main kind of like playmaker. That's from what it seems like. So I hope that's gonna limit what his deficiency is. Like he was erratic, but he can shoot the ball, and he do get a little dog trash. That's gonna be exciting.
So one thing that's like glaring on this Kentucky roster is, to me right now, I don't see y'all being a Final Four contender. And like at the end of the day, it's okay because it's Mark Pope. So first year at Kentucky, you had to rebuild on the fly. But we'll talk about a little bit about the expectations. But right now, I just feel like the biggest problem with the roster, you guys just don't have a go-to guy at this moment. But I like the pieces that like Mark Pope put on this roster, but just right now, I just don't see a title contender. But like, what do you think you guys could do? Like, what is the best case scenario for y'all? Is there someone y'all could get in the portal? And if y'all don't get like one of the guys in the portal, how you feel about this team going into next year?
Well, for the game as 4, I think if you add like Jack Robinson or like a Chad Benitez, I feel like, you know, I think that'll be a good addition to get a guy who can like get it for himself while like on the perimeter. I also feel like some of these other guys can still get it themselves. Of course, I don't think they're like no number one go-to scorer, but I feel like it's kind of at the same time the system that they're running will kind of like help that in a sense. But I'm still one of the who's still saying like we have to get it off the dude. But say if what you're trying to run don't work, hey, you need somebody for your last move. You need somebody who really wiggles off the bounce, get to like the spots or whatever, you know, and get a bucket. So I feel like you had Dash Robinson. I'm assuming that's who they're targeting for that role, or Chad Woodley. But aside from that, I think it's gonna be like more high IQ, of course, season effects. A lot of shooting, a lot of playmaking, like actions, run for like our shooters. Because of course, like you mentioned, like the best shooter, probably in the portal. Well, he was the best shooter in the portal for Louis. And Kirk Crease was another 40% three-point shooter. Andrew Carr, he was a stretch 4.
Yeah, I like Andrew Carr.
Yeah. And also, I'm glad to say we had Brandon Garrison, who's probably going to be like he's going to be a backup center piece.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with this game. But I know, remember he was in the McDonald's All-American game.
Yeah. I think he averaged like I want to see average like 85 at Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I'll be lying if I told you I watched the fucking Oklahoma State game.
But yeah, like so, I think with the offense he's running, I think, like I said, it could hide a lot of, or it could make up for a lot of deficiencies that dudes have. It could like maximize people, like a lot of the doctrine that we have on the roster. And he was talking, and Murphy was talking about how he feels like they can, like a lot of them are going to show like what something that they have. Like he feels Lamar Bullock to come in, show like he can score better than what he's been. So it all comes down to they got to show. They got to show me. They all comes down to that. I support him 100%. But some of them, I play, they definitely got to show me. But I definitely trust the product. I feel like I like the
I'm very curious just to see how this Kentucky team is going to be. Because, like, we're kind of like Duke was kind of in a like similar situation like 2 years ago, but just not like as the same because we already spoke on that earlier. But just like we're building like a new roster because the only person we brought back from that team that Coach K was on was really Jeremy Roach, and we brought in guys like Filipowski, Dariq Whitehead, Derek Lively, and stuff like that. But just like, I think it's probably could be like refreshing for for Kentucky, and I think this is kind of what they needed because I was more on the side. It was kind of time for like Cal and Kentucky kind of split up because I was on that nigga ass like these last 2 years and shit, and these last couple years because y'all haven't made it out of the first weekend since 2019.
No, what did we play? No, I think we played Kansas State second round. No, did we play the second round?
Yeah, that was second round. So you haven't made it out of the first weekend since 2019.
Right.
So it was just like, yeah, I think it was time. And Mark Pope, who knows? He might be the guy for Kentucky. I'm not too certain about that, but like I kind of like what he's done this offseason. Just based on like what he had to deal with. But we'll see, like, as far as, like, recruiting-wise and everything goes. It's obviously not going to be the same with Cal, but let's just see, like, what type of guys they go after in the next couple of years.
He's still going after some of the guys. Some of the guys that came out were saying that they're still open to, like, they've been getting re-recruited. Like, Darren Peterson, I think he got, like, a whole new offer for Kentucky. Stuff like
that. Darren Peterson. We know where he going. He going to Kansas.
Man, I hope he don't.
I just know he look like a Kansas nigga to me.
But yeah, I think he's still gonna do his thing. I think he got like a big person. Like he got like a nice, like a bigger personality. Like I think he can still adapt to recruiting wise and stuff like that. But I mean, he's getting some nice guys in the football.
Yeah,
I trust that. And of course, it's different than getting high school dudes. But I think he's still doing his thing.
At the end of the day, it's still Kentucky, and y'all gonna have a bag. It's not gonna be the same effect, same niggas that probably Cal used to get every single year, but y'all still gonna get players, I believe.
So I know the main thing is getting guys who fit. Like I get the main thing. But if he said he's basically gonna get guys who fit, but he's still gonna, if you have to really go and get like that, like he's still gonna go for them, like feel me, like them superstars, number one, yeah. I feel like that's what I just didn't understand. Kentucky fans talking about, we need guys who were there for 4 years. Like, nigga, like, come on. If you were telling me, say we splash back to 2013, and you were telling me Andrew Wiggins, you telling me that I don't need to go after Andrew Wiggins? Come on. Like, I'm going after the top dog. If Paulo Banchero right there, I'm going after Paulo Banchero. You ain't telling me I'm not going after. Want to get a old 5-year, 27-year-old big or something, like, nah, give me the best talent and mix them in with some seasoned veterans and some other good talent. That's right. But yeah, he's still open to getting the best guys, which I think is another. I know all that stuff they're talking about. Oh, we're gonna get the guys who the 3 stars. That's all. That's all talk to the piece of the fans. Like, he knows he has to get the best of the best. Like, it's Kentucky. He's not gonna turn into no BYU junior.
Nigga said BYU junior.
Yeah. But yeah, Mark Pope, he got my full support. I think he's gonna do his thing. Now you remember that? You see that gift that been going viral? That video that was going viral, like when he first saw it.
Oh
He was doing
yeah,
like the
yeah,
cats.
yeah.
Yo, he's
Yeah.
dumb, sir.
Nah, he
No,
is goofy.
yeah, he's a funny dude. Yeah, I really like the process of him doing that. I definitely think he's gonna do some good things. I think he's gonna shock. He's gonna surprise, especially when we play them boys in blue.
Yeah, we about to work y'all niggas. Cal got out at the right time, nigga.
Yeah,
Because the last 2 times he saw us, nigga, we had some special talents. We had number 1 picks. Nigga had to deal with Zion and nigga had to deal with Paulo. Cooper Flag was about to get on their ass next. Oh my God. Cal got so lucky. Because we was about to do y'all with y'all roster. Y'all was probably going to bring back.
But what? No, one thing I'm gonna say for Arkansas, I do fuck with the pressure they got. I feel like people are sleeping on Carter. Not. I really like. I really like. I don't know how I feel about Zvonimir. I don't know how he's gonna be, but if anybody they could be excited about, I think they should be excited about what he's playing about.
Yeah. What would you give Kentucky's offseason? Knowing what it is right now.
I give it a maybe an A-, B+.
Why would you give it that grade?
Explain. In terms of, if I would say A-, I would say like in terms of the hire they got, I think it was, I guess it checked off not all the boxes, but like most of the boxes for what the fans wanted. Like I feel like it gave them they wanted somebody who represents like who knows the Kentucky brand, quote unquote, and who's gonna bring back that I get that feeling or whatever. So
yeah, restore that feeling.
Restore the feeling of they wanted a better, like a more modern feel to the coaching. I think he takes that off. Somebody's gonna bring in guys who could develop for more than 1 year. I think he takes that off, and I feel like he also did a really good job assistant coaching wise. I think it's assistant coaches like that he got. I think that was a home run for all his.
Oh yeah, getting that Baylor assistant.
Yeah, the Baylor assistant, the G League dude Jason Hart, and then the other guy BYU. His name is Cody Fuger. Apparently, he highly thought of across like college basketball, like offensively.
Yeah, honestly, that's like getting an assistant staff like that is just as good as a grade, like as possibly as good as it gets. Like,
and that's gonna help recruiting, especially I feel like Jason Hart, especially since he like really like hella wins, like a bunch of dudes, Alvin Brooks as well.
Because Alvin Brooks was instrumental in getting Keontae George there, and I heard someone else. I think it might have been like Jacoby Walters. So like he was helping Baylor get some of like the highest rated prospects. And him going to Kentucky, that's definitely gonna be that's good that y'all got him.
Y'all brought somebody with him. Be quiet.
Damn, who is it? Oh, was it fuck. Who was you gonna say?
VJ Ashcombe.
Oh, VJ Ashcombe. Yeah, VJ.
And it was some others like big man. Apparently he was messing with. He had entered the name in the portal, but
VJ Ashcombe a dog. I watched him in person twice. Can't wait to see him next year. All right, so I'll probably give y'all like a B. A solid B. I'll probably see like at best, y'all probably be like if y'all get like a score, probably like Sweet 16, like a Elite 8 type team, but just gotta see how we don't know. At the end of the day, we just gotta wait to the season come to see how good y'all gel, because it's gonna be all new players and stuff, new coaching. But I think y'all be like a solid team. Like I can't see y'all not making a tournament.
All I'm saying is, Kentucky. Used to Kentucky. The way they oh my God, bro. Like, I wish they would just stop hyping anything. Like, they will hype anything. They really will hype anything. It's like, they're really young. So, like, what are the dudes he got? He coming up a 2-year mission. Like, because he's
Colin Chandler.
So apparently he grew to be like 6'6" now. You're saying he might be special. Like, all this is like everything that these dudes are throwing out there is all hypothetical. We don't know nothing. So let's not throw these expectations. Then you're gonna be dumb tight when the season starts. Niggas is ass Curry Creaser shooting awful or some weird shit. Like he just tried to get a fucking minute off the game, all that. Like I just don't like when they be throwing up like them like extraordinary expectations for dudes. Like you don't have even seen it. Just because you just so hyper about what the prospect of what's happening. It's good to be, it's good to like be optimistic. Not optimistic, but like have faith in it. I ain't saying don't have faith in it, but just like be realistic. You don't know nothing's happening. You can't make a hypothetical like you can't stamp that as what's gonna happen and then be disappointed. So you just setting yourself up for failure. Yeah, that's what I want
to do. You got any closing thoughts on Kentucky, or you want to move on to real greatness?
Oh yeah, number 9 coming home. Number 9 is coming home this year. We ain't waiting. It's coming home this year. You talking about 316?
Nigga, honestly, nobody even gives a fuck about y'all damn 1950 championships, nigga. I don't respect that, nigga. If you talk about the Lakers 1950, that's different, nigga. Y'all was been playing in the 60-14 tournament, nigga.
Yeah. Go on,
respect that, nigga.
Come on, man.
Well, we know that nigga Adolph Rupp was cheating, whatever the fuck that nigga name is, nigga. We don't respect him out here.
Respect the OG.
We'll see if y'all can win a conference game because Cal wasn't doing that the last couple of years in Kentucky.
How you feel about
Duke? I ain't
gonna lie. Like, y'all give me, like, y'all low can give me 2050 Kentucky vibes. Like, y'all got a squad, bro.
Oh, this coming year?
I played the roster niggas in kind of around 2015. Like, are you? Because we had recruits, like, we had recruits on top of the guys returning, on top of, like, we had recruits mixed with, like, return. Hella spot. So, I feel like I just have, like, a top. I don't want to see how y'all line up. I know there's not going to be one definitive line.
Yeah, we could. I want to talk about this past year's Duke team first.
Oh, yeah.
We lost to fucking NC State in the Elite Eight, bro. Like, coming into the season, everybody had expectations of Duke being 1 or 2 as Dumber Kansas, everybody was talking about. You got Kyle Filipowski coming back. He could have went to the draft. He was the second best freshman other than Brandon Miller last year. So a lot of expectations on Kyle Filipowski. And another guy with big expectations, supposed to be the point guard, Tyrese Proctor. So you got Tyrese Proctor. I'm going to get a little bit back into him. So you got Kyle Filipowski coming back. Tyrese Proctor, we already saw what he did against Tennessee in that game. Had a lot of expectations to be like a lottery pick this up-and-coming season. You had Jeremy Roach coming back for his senior year after being instrumental on the team that made it to the Final Four with Paulo. So you got experience in the backcourt. We haven't had that at Duke since Quinn Cook, like a guy that played that much, played 4 years at Duke, and he was getting a lot of comparisons to like being Quinn Cook of this team. Like this team had Final Four or bust expectations. I'm just trying to paint a picture. And then we got Caleb Foster, Jared McCain, 2 elite guards coming in, freshman guards. Jared McCain, we already know he's probably going to potentially be a lottery pick. Was looked at a guy that had played multiple years at Duke, but he just played so good. He shot the cover off that thing. That nigga got a burner. Jared McCain, one thing... Niggas ain't gonna talk crazy on Jared McCain then, because niggas was always trying to get on his head, but like that nigga could play.
He can't play.
He can play.
He rebounds. That's what I like. Those are the type of guys I like. Those who could come on. He be bored. And he's like, and he compete. I feel he give you a nice fight.
Like I like about his game. Like people really just nigga just did some Sturm ass like TikToks and shit. Paint his nails, but like
he's there.
Like him doing that, like
he's so cool. He himself. Let him rock.
Like I always hate like how people used to be on his head and then like using that like
let's judge his game.
Like using that to like define what his game is, but like Jerry McCain is a ball player. And he works. Like he doesn't cheat the game at all. So like that's one thing that like I always respect about him. Because in the beginning of the season, I remember the Arizona game, he wasn't shooting it well. There's like times he wasn't shooting it well, but like you already know after every single game, he getting shots up. He in the gym. Like he don't he's like kind of like driven because I remember like in high school he had like all this like stuff on his list that he wanted to like check off, like win Peach Jam and win a state championship, be a McDonald's All American, and like get the offer from Duke, and like he puts in the work at all, and like you see it, jump shot, that shit is pure. Arguably the best shooter in the class. Him, Reese Shepard, probably got other guys you could probably argue, but those two are like elite shooters. But I just had to give my little shout out to Jeremy McCain, a little Jeremy McCain rant real quick. And we was supposed to get Mackenzie and Baco, but things ain't go right with that. And
I play y'all.
This Duke team disappointed. Do I say disappointed?
I play 12 players.
Yeah, this team disappointed. And this team did not live up to the hype. There was a lot of downs. They got swept by UNC, and both games was bad. Both games was bad, and this whole year, niggas just questioning Duke's dog, nigga. And all the Duke teams I watched in like the last like 15 years, my nigga, that was never ever a question. I've never seen a Duke team like this get bitched more than any other Duke team, bro. From Blake Henson fucking jumping on the stanchion to them niggas losing against UNC because niggas didn't show no damn effort. And the guy that was supposed to be the best player, Kyle Filipowski, all season, the body language was terrible. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not no Filipowski guy. Like he's a first round pick. I'm not even gonna say he was ass or anything, but like he showed it. You couldn't win a championship with him being the best player. But I don't want to put everything all on Filipowski because obviously everybody gets the damn blame for some of the stuff that happened this year. But I feel like a lot of times it started with your leader when he was showing bad body language and stuff. And just got in his own head. And there was a lot of times where you just needed him to play tougher. And
yeah, I thought he would pick and choose when he would be aggressive. That was the one thing I did.
And it was always like, and like some of the times when we lost, and like his stat line was a lot of the times. Cause I just remember looking back to like the Arkansas game, he ended up like with a good stat line, but like he'll play terrible in the first half, and then now when we go down big, he wants to like start hooping and stuff like that. And then, man. Mark Mitchell, I didn't even talk about that nigga.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I try to get Mark Mitchell, he had his good moments with Duke. I'm not gonna lie. When he scored double figures, Duke was most likely winning games, but
that ain't his game.
What is his game? Let's just move on from that nigga. All right, so 2 losses. That's a disappointing year for Duke. I'll just say it right now, actually. It's a disappointment. Didn't make it to the Final Four. Lost in the first round of the ACC tournament. And like most of the big games other than Baylor lost to Arizona. Like all our games other than the last one against NC State, we lost within like single digits, but it just didn't click. They had a players only meeting right before the tournament. Like, what? A players only meeting before the tournament, dog.
I had that one.
But they made it to the Elite Eight, and they was a half away because they was up for most of the game. Well, in the first half against NC State, and then they just let the rope go, and Uncle Mo was on the other side, and they just couldn't do anything to stop it. And it looked like they just like folded as a team, other than Jeremy McCain, because that nigga ended up was hooping late too. But goddamn, that was one of the least enjoyable Duke seasons. I'm not gonna lie.
Least enjoyable?
Yes, I didn't like this team.
All right, so what made it like what didn't you enjoy?
You just expecting more, like a lot of the time, and I think it really started with Flip. Like he was, I'm not gonna. I'm really just not like really a Flip fan, and he just couldn't
I
be
feel
that
like
guy.
yeah, I feel like Proctor also. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
Proctor folded. He didn't do shit in the Elite Eight. He didn't take the leap. But I guess maybe niggas just put too much expectations on him.
I mean,
And
he was like he was gonna be lottery pick. So
hey, and nigga in this draft, nigga, and what he was doing all Tennessee, it didn't sound crazy at the time.
and I feel like even pre-Duke, like I saw a little bit because like what it looked like the face value of him, 6'4" guard, like basically dribble shooting pass. From what it seemed like, but some dudes just don't got that fire. Just like some dudes don't got that fire in their brother.
Yeah, I think the big issue with Proctor going into next year is just like the confidence thing and just getting strength and continue to get that shot like even more consistent. And definitely got to improve on like trying to get more downhill into the basket and finishing. And that's one of his weaknesses. But the biggest thing is consistency. And who knows, maybe going into year 3, this is the year from. We could look at a recent example for Duke, a guy that kind of had like a little bit disappointing first 2 years was Wendell Moore because he was looked at like in his second year he could have took a leap and then didn't have that big leap and it was pretty quiet. And then that year with Paulo, that's when he got himself drafted first round that year and had a big year. It was instrumental in Duke. He was consistent, was like a 15, 5-5 type of guy. Gonna get 5 rebounds, gonna get 5 assists. Jump shot got a lot better. The leadership was there too. So like I think Tyrese Proctor could kind of like emulate that going into his third year. He already had his ups and downs and stuff, but like third year, it might just be the year that clicks. And we also gotta talk about how he also reclassed up and came in early and had to adapt to because that's when Trevor Keels was supposed to. They was waiting on his decision, and then after Trevor Keels went to the lead, that's when they got Proctor to reclass up into the year with flipping them. So still a younger guy, and I think going to year 3, he got to be that guy. Sure. Not that guy. He got to be consistent for us.
Yeah, because he the elder statesman. He's been there for some time. He already knows all the expectations you got to be, and all the almost every spot.
Yeah, and I'm not
star freshman, then a star player. So.
Yeah, and the leap for Proctor, like I'm not expecting him to take like this 15, 5 leap or something like that, but just like 12 consistency. That's what like we've seen like what Tyrese Proctor is capable of doing. So like it's just sometimes when he doesn't do it or like say a couple shots don't go his way, like he kind of just like folds a little bit. But just consistency we're gonna need. But he's not been a guy that really got to talk about. Nigga, Duke we about to be we got a squad coming in next year. Fuck you talking about? Nah, we are, nigga, it's back. It's back. Nigga, last year was a depressing year for me. I'm not gonna lie, because I expected a lot more with that team, but they just didn't fully gel. But nah, this coming team, Shire reloaded because a lot of people, some people in Duke got old Shire and Pop.
No, yo, they was coming at him kind of crazy, saying like, "Yo,
when we had all these people transferring, Mark Mitchell was the first one to hit the portal, and then obvious guys like Jalen Blakes, T.J. Power, Sean Stewart, but Jeremy Roach was a big one that hit the portal. Christian Reeves hit the portal. Jaden Shute hit the portal. And then everybody's like, oh, what's going on with Duke? Oh, because the year before we retained all our guys. And hey, what do you know? Duke gets introduced to the damn portal just like every other fucking team in the damn country, nigga, that loses all these players. for playing time and stuff like that. And if you really like break down, like, oh, everybody's like, oh, what's going on with Duke? John Shire can't like, why is everybody leaving Duke? Yo, just look at it. It's obvious. First of all, the couple of people that left Duke, obviously they're gonna leave because they wasn't gonna play. Jalen Blakes, Jaden Shute, TJ. Well, TJ. All right, we could talk about TJ, Sean, and TJ and Sean mainly in a second, but TJ, Jaden Shute, Jalen Blakes, Christian Reeves. Those three weren't going to play. Mark Mitchell was not going to fit on next year's team because we have Cooper Flagg coming in and he can't shoot. And his playing time, he just went from being a 2-year starter. So if he came back to Duke next year and he's not guaranteed a starting position, it's like, and like you don't really fit with the freshman, the star guy next year. It's like, yo, like what's going on? He gotta go, like obviously.
Yo, how do those conversations be though? That must be tough. Like, like I feel like everybody just has to like be like it just gotta be some honest shit.
But I feel like the Duke and like Mark Mitchell departure, it was just like
like written on the wall.
It's good for both sides. Like like I don't fit this team, and like Josh Shire, like you probably ain't gonna start, dog. Like you really don't fit here, nigga. We got Cooper Flagg coming in, so like respectfully. So he got out of there. The two biggest Jeremy Roach. I'm honestly not mad that he left because like you're not gonna destroy Jeremy Roach like that. Like, we already had this argument before, but like, I feel like I wasn't I wanted Jeremy Roach to come back, obviously, because he's been at Duke for 4 years. But like at the end of the day, I was only expecting 2 guys to return out of the guards, and like realistically, going into the year, realistically only expecting 2 guys to come back because I thought Jeremy Roach was probably gonna graduate and leave. We was probably gonna win that chip, nigga, and then he was probably gonna leave. And then I thought Tyrese Proctor would have ended up being a first round pick. But it ended up being Jeremy Kane. It ended up being Jeremy Kane that went first round. I was expecting going into the year Jeremy Kane and Caleb Foster were going to be the 2 guards coming back next year. And like realistically, and like even throughout the season, I'm like 2 guys are probably going to come back because I don't think any of these guys are going to want to come off the bench. And it ended up being Tyrese Proctor and Caleb Foster. And those are the only 2 guys that ended up staying from this past year's Duke roster. And I think they could do it. I like this this combo going forward, going into next year.
Yeah.
Because I think Caleb Foster. Well, I think Caleb Foster this year was kind of like. We missed him at the end of the season for sure, just the scoring. But he was kind of tasked like different roles because like Tyrese Proctor ended up going down like early in the Georgia Tech game.
He had to be on the ball more, right?
He was like more like the facilitator. During the time when Tyrese Proctor was out for like that month. So he wasn't like as like aggressive with his scoring and stuff. And then when Tyrese came back, he was kind of in and out of the starting lineup a little bit. And then he ended up getting hurt. But like Caleb Foster, if you go back and watch Caleb Foster his 10th year, he turned into that scorer. Because I remember when he was at Oak Hill his junior year.
Yeah.
I think who was on that
Oak Hill?
I think Chris Livingston was on that team. I watched him play.
Yeah, I think Christian Reeves was there.
Christian Reeves was there too. And he was more like the point guard. And then when he went to Notre Dame and Cali, that's when that nigga started getting buckets. And he could really score. He shot 40% from 3. I think him and Proctor, you just got the size of 6'5", and they give you a little bit different things.
Yo, he's not 200 pounds. Caleb Foster. That's why I asked you this so much.
I think he is. He got like a big body a little.
Yeah, like he had to be 200 plus, bro.
Yeah.
So I think that's. Hey, y'all line up, bro. I'm telling you, this is reminding me of Kentucky, bro. Like it's gonna be like 6'5" and up. That is ridiculous. So then you got the 7-footers. Like, how do you feel about? Well, okay, you can keep continuing. I'm gonna bring that up.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to get off like the transfers that we was just talking about. The Jeremy Roach shit, it is what it is, and Baylor is like a good fit for him. So like, I'm kind of like happy that he went to like a good spot like that. But we got our shit over. Like I feel like at the end of the day, we got our shit over here, and he's going to Baylor where he fits perfectly at, and he could get his shit off and still compete for the championship. And like he gave his 4 years at Duke, so like that nigga, it's all love with Jeremy Roach. It was ups and downs. It was ups and downs, but like nigga. I'm like I said before, nigga. I ain't gonna let you disrespect Jeremy Roach because at the end of the day, when we made that Final Four run, nigga, we had the number one pick on our team, and who was closing out the games, my nigga, hitting clutch buckets. And he delivered that all season. And I even remember like early on in the season against Gonzaga, he had like a big time big time layup when we played Chet that year. So like he did his thing.
You're right.
But there was times where like he shrunk a little, but it's okay. But it's okay. But, like, at the end of the day, like he only about like 5'11", my nigga. So like he had his limitations. But
have a spray ball.
I gotta give a salute to that nigga because he definitely had some good moments at Duke, and I want to see him do good because he was definitely knocking it down this year from three. But it fell off a little bit after he got injured and like to end the season. But
how you feel about your freshman though? Oh no! Actually, no. Go into that. Sean Stewart and TJ Power because I want to see how you think about them leaving. Because I definitely thought, I don't know if they had a role. I really thought Sean Stewart could have been big for y'all. I like Sean Stewart. I get a lot.
Yeah, I think throughout the season, like I wanted Sean Stewart to play, and it just didn't happen. And like I know a lot of people got on Shire for not playing Sean Stewart. It was times where like he could have played more and could have developed them like early on this season, giving them more minutes. Because I remember like in the early games, there was times where we were like blowing out teams and he still played like 8 minutes a game. But I felt like he definitely could have played a lot more. But when he was on the court, sometimes he would make like a lot of mistakes. And I know early on this season, like he just didn't like know the plays like that or just where to be positionally, defensively. But he just had like he was kind of like the X factor because this Duke team, like we weren't able to get that big we're looking for in the portal. We were supposed to get Ernest Udeh and was in there was rumors about like Deron Holmes or not Yeezy Missy. I think it was just those two that was kind of like linked to Duke, and we weren't able to get that rim protector, which ended up biting us in the foot. Just looking at what DJ Burns was doing, the nigga was working us. But that nigga, he worked us the year before when we had Derek Lively. Because when we went there,
that's why I never see him before.
Nigga, them niggas worked. Nigga, nah. Because we played them the year before, and them niggas like 30-pieced us. That shit was over like the first 10 minutes of the game. And that's when I first remember him. But yeah, Sean Stewart, like he was just kind of like the missing piece, just giving us the athleticism that we were missing in the front court. And I wanted him to stay this year, but like honestly, Sean's nigga. At first, I wasn't like I'm like, damn, I want to keep Sean. We gotta do whatever we can to keep Sean Stewart. But we started going after Malik Brown in the portal, and that was basically the writing. That was the writing on the wall. Because Malik Brown basically does what you want in Sean Stewart, but like like he has a production already. He shot about like 70% from the field. One of the best defenders in the ACC, being all on the all defensive team, and he kicked our ass when we played him. He had like his career high, like 27 points.
His audition game.
What happened?
That's his audition game.
Yeah. That probably was what caught like the coaching staff's eye. And at the end of the day, right now, is he better than Sean Stewart? Yes.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Like he is proven. It's not like, oh, what if is Sean Stewart gonna be ready? Because this team is championship or bust, nigga. This is the year, like the roster that we have. People saying like a generational talent, Cooper Flag. Another hype big man in Common Malawatch who has potential to be a top 3 pick as high as people are kind of mocking him right now. You have Isaiah Evans, Con Knipple, Patrick Ngamba, and Darren Harris. Like the class is stacked. You got 6 freshmen, and this is not like the previous classes. No disrespect, like when Derek Lively and like Dariq Whitehead and Kyle Filipowski like the top 3 guys. Like this year is different. And even like last year, the guys we brought in, like we had like these elite classes, but this class has like hype and potential to be the best like Duke recruiting class. There could be like this could be like design and RJ and type shit.
Yeah, I don't even cut you off, but like that. What you just said right there goes back to what I was saying about like you got number one recruiting class, but the talent level is not the same in each class. There's classes dudes is number one, but in every like a draft, like look at this draft. Like this is not a regular draft. This is most of it is below average for like style.
And also like even like just to go back to that point like, that we're talking about right now, that's because I never thought Kentucky was gonna be a contender. Because when they was hyping like DJ Wagner to be the best guy, I'm like, nigga, there's no one like look at the last couple like years of like top niggas that don't even make like the Final Four, like these type of like these Duke and Kentucky teams that's built. DJ Wagner, like this team is not like he's not the best player. He can't be the best player on like a Final Four team. And like there was no one in that class, like in the class that I thought. And then Reece Sheppard and Rob Dillingham ended up being way better than expected. But, like, that was still the case though, even though they're still gonna go top 10, but it's just not that type of class. But going back to the Duke point. We don't got time for like ifs, even though it would have been fun because Sean Stewart and Cooper Flagg played together at Mount Vernon. But John Shire is like, hey, we got to maximize next year. And at the end of the day, at the coach, what's the coach's job? It's to win. And he's doing whatever he can. Like at the end of the day, I want Duke. Duke got to get a national championship, my nigga. It's been almost a decade. So like,
they got his head on a pitchfork, low-key. They saying he got to do this shit now. It's like, so he definitely got to go do what he has to do. They don't know that.
But this is it. So like, a lot of people's like biggest thing about Duke every single year is they're too young, they don't have vets and all that. And John Shire went and got a proven vet in the portal, and we haven't got like this. Like, up until that point, not talking about, like, the other 2 people, he's probably our best get since, like, a Rodney Hood type in the portal. Like, we haven't, like, you guys got, like, an Oscar Shebe and Antonio Reeves. Our best guys in the portal the last couple of years was Theo John and Jacob Granderson, nigga.
Nah, Theo John was him. I don't know what the other nigga. I know Theo John.
He was the enforcer. Hell yeah, he was much needed, even though that nigga just came in and was hacking in that UNC game. But we're not gonna talk about that shit. I don't know why the fuck I even brought that up. Shit just got me hot, nigga. That shit just got me hot. That's how I just brought it up. You gotta do what y'all could do. Well, nigga, no, don't get me started on it, Kentucky, because y'all the reason why UNC even made it to the fucking Final Four.
Yo, that
well, it was some fuck ass St. Peter's. Damn, what was I about to say though? Oh, I'll just talk about whatever. Oh, yeah, just hitting in the portal and stuff. He was probably the best guy, and he has a chance to definitely start. We'll talk about, like, the starting lineups and, like, what we could do in a second. And then with TJ Power, I'm not, like, some people saying, oh, he don't want to compete and all this, but, like, at the end of the day, like, the players got to do what's best for them. Like, saying, like, guys don't want to compete is, like, kind of dumb. It's like, just think about it if you're in their situation. You want to play. Like, at the end of the day, TJ, like, he wanted to play and, like...
Yeah. And, bro, sometimes it don't even matter. Like, they're going to pick, like, politics going to be involved. You could rather be Friday to get practice. Like, if you got a name, he going to play. Like, it depends on the situation, but, like, most times it's going to be, like, you know, the name. They're going with the name coming back. Unless the production is just that much glaringly different, but, I mean... You're going to Cooper Flagg. He needs his minutes. So, TJ Power was already not being that. And then the other guys you added, like, I feel like it was a better fit for both y'all stuff.
Yeah, like, so I'm not. Like, I definitely wanted TJ Power to stay. Cause I thought there was like potential for him, like in the future. But like right now, like it's just not there. You got Cooper Flagg, the number 1 guy. basically at the same position that he plays, and then you guys brought in like 3 other wings. We brought in 3 other wings that could potentially affect his minutes. And then we were also going after Mason Gillis. So like, dog, like the writers on the wall, like you don't want to just spend like obviously like he loved like Duke and stuff, but like he just didn't want to wait. Like it's just how the climate is. He just didn't want to get playing time. And I'm not mad at it. Him going to Virginia is a good look for him, honestly, because they need some type of offense. But when we played him, we about to lock his ass the fuck up. That's what it is. It's all love. Yeah, feel me? That's my shit. I wish all the guys that chance and nothing but the best. But you know, we played them. It's up. We played 3 of them niggas. Jaden Shoot, fuck niggas, about to be off night. Off night city for them niggas.
He got like one of those that is like he's gonna be just be half or he's gonna explode and be like some type of random. Like he just come out of nowhere and start shooting the lights off.
I always thought he was gonna be like an Alex O'Connell nigga. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I thought he was tough.
When we was up 30, that nigga was the toughest nigga of all time. I'm not
gonna lie. He was like he had some degree.
Hey. Well, nigga, if it was a 5 to 10 point game, we had Alex O'Connell in the game, nigga, he was not hitting nothing, nigga. Until he was up 30, nigga. Nigga out here dunking shit. Flashing threes. Now we got off the topic to talk about the guys that's out of here. Because honestly, if we just look at it, the people that left aren't the people that we brought in. Like the fit wise, and the only person you could argue is Jeremy Roach, but we already kind of got into that discussion. But we lost Jeremy Roach. We talked about the two guards and the 2 only guys that came back, Caleb Foster, Tyrese Proctor. But the biggest pickup I think that we made in the portal is Sion James. That's how you pronounce his name.
He Don Brolic. He a guard too?
Yes. 6'5", 6'6". Honestly, like I thought he could have been a guy that like in this type of draft, like he could have snuck in like the last like 10 picks or something if he had like a good training camp. Or like
I never heard of
be a guy that was like a undrafted free agent but get like a 2-way contract. So the fact that we got him, played 4 years at Tulane, obviously it's not like some big time program or anything, but just like just well-rounded, good athlete, physicality, was everything that we're kind of missing, like in the guards that, well, the things that Proctor and Foster bring to the table. Like we're missing that athleticism, rim pressure, physical type of guy. And
he improved as a shooter.
Yeah, he improved as a shooter, shot 38% from the 3-point line. And could just do a little bit of everything. Like if we want to go 3-guard lineups, we don't have to worry that we have like a 6'2", 6'1" guy. Everybody on the team is 6'5" and up. And I just love what Shire like ended up building. We're gonna talk about the rest of the additions that we got on this team, but I just love that move right there. I think that like kind of solidified us. Like right now, I'm not really worried about us getting anybody that's gonna play like a big factor in the portal because we brought in like this big recruiting class. And we brought back Tyrese Proctor and Caleb Foster, which is huge. And then added 3 guys in the portal. And like, if you look at it, they all fit like the similar things. Can they play with Cooper Flagg? Do they fit with them? Yes. But the main things that they brought was toughness. And that's what we were lacking. Like, that's the thing that like, that irked me about this Duke team. And I think like they weren't tough. They got out physical, and Mason Gillis played a role on a team that made it to the national championship game. Was 6th man of the year. That nigga is basically college basketball. It's PJ Tucker type of guy. Like a physical type of 3 and D type of guy. But you don't have to, like he's not a guy that creates his own shot, but he does know his role, and you don't gotta worry about this Duke team next year getting pumped. Like it's we got the dogs is back, nigga. We got dogs back in Duke. We didn't have that last year. The only people that I would say that was probably dogs or somewhat of dogs. Jeremy Kane, like he not like some physical ass guy, but nah. That nigga, like you don't gotta worry about. I didn't have to never worry about Jeremy Kane's like him like competing.
Yeah, he was a puppy that barked loud.
Shut up. It was games where like that nigga almost gave fucking Florida State damn near 40. Like it was games where he was just on a heater and just killing. So
and he always seemed like he was y'all like he would just spark off quick like for y'all like every time. So.
Yeah, the best version of Duke was that Jeremy Kane was hooping.
Yeah.
But like, Adams. Damn, I forgot what the point I was even making before that.
No, you was talking about the guys that you added, like how everybody that you added is better than what y'all originally had.
I was talking about Mason Gillis, and we brought dogs, physicality, and defense. And I think next year's Duke team could be one of the best Duke teams of all time on that end defensively. Like this past year, Duke had a top 20 defense, and that was with playing 3-guard lineups most of the time. And 2 of the guys were like 6'2" and under, and Jeremy Roach and Jeremy Kane. And most of the season, we played 3 guards, didn't have the true wing because we thought we was going to have Mackenzie Mbako. And then also Kyle Filipowski being the 5 and not having a true rim protector. Like the fact that we had a top 20 defense last year was, I think it was a testament to how good of a job John Shire and Jay Lucas did on that end. And that just makes me even more excited for next year, like Duke defensively, because the personnel is crazy. Like Tyrese Proctor, say what you want about him, he wasn't always consistent on the offensive end, but defensively, he's had a lot of impressive games defensively. Just think about what he did in the Sweet 16 against Houston. Like, yeah, they lost Jamal Shead, but like when they came down to it, Tyrese Proctor made big plays in the clutch against LJ Cryer down the stretch and ended up helping us. And that's not like the only time he made big plays. Like going back to his freshman year when we swept Carolina, he did a really good job on Caleb Love in both of the games. And then this past year, we got swept by UNC, but it wasn't because RJ Davis was being the All-American self that he was. He didn't have, I think he shot 9 of 26 in the 2 games against UNC. And the reason why we lost those games because we let Armando Bacot and Harrison Ingram get off. Then the second time, it was a Cormac Ryan game. And so Tyrese Proctor played really good defense. But it was a couple times he got cooked. I'm going to lie, but it's given. It's given. But for the most part, he's a really good defender. And he was at his best when he had Derek Lively, knowing that Derek Lively was behind him. And he wasn't fully healthy, so his defense took like a little bit of step back last year. But like, nigga, look at the 2 niggas he's about to have behind him. Cooper Flag, that's his game right there.
Weak side,
rim protection. Pow! The nigga be playing patty cake with nigga shots. And you got 7'2" Common Maluwaj too. Manning them behind them, so you could be like, you could get into the defenders and kind of like funnel them into guys like that, because that's what we did a lot the year before. But the defense kind of changed a little bit because we didn't have that, because it was Kyle Filipowski being the 5. So he was able to switch it like a little bit more at times. But we just didn't have that rim protector that just gives you that extra like cushion of, let me get up, because if he get past me, you gotta deal with this nigga.
You gotta deal with the monster.
Yeah, you gotta deal with this nigga. So like that aspect for Tyrese Proctor defensively, I think is gonna be there. Caleb Foster, it was times he got lost like off ball and stuff. He's not like a great defender, but I just think like the off ball stuff that he could just possibly just like improve on. Just like being like in another year of college. I think he'll be like a solid defender. Sion James, like he could take the matchup. He could guard 1 through 3. He could guard 1 through 3 and probably hang with some 4s, just him being just dumb strong and being able to switch. So like,
and I think athletic.
Adding that, like, we'll get into the starting lineup, but like, man, if he comes off the bench, like he's gonna be crucial for us. But now let's get into the wings. We talked about the guards. Let's get into the wings we brought in. We're gonna leave Cooper Flag out this discussion real quick. Let's talk about the other 3 wings that we brought in, and Isaiah Evans, Darren Harris, Colin Knueppel. Where do you want to start on them?
Let's start with Con. That's what I like the most.
All right. Con out of 2 is ranked second. Isaiah Evans is ranked the top guy. But man, I think he kind of slept on.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, slept on.
You know, he remind me of a little bit. Well, I ain't gonna say he's like for like. Well, he give me a little bit Dalton Knecht vibe.
Dalton Knecht?
Like it's a little bit.
Yeah, he's a bucket, but like, and he play at his own pace. He has he's kind of like a bigger body, probably like a 205, 210, 210, and like got the burner. Like this guy, he could play. He could play. Ultimately, I don't know yet like who's exactly gonna play because if we get into the minutes and stuff, we're gonna talk about that later and like the rotations. Somebody's probably not gonna play like these type of minutes, but like it's just gonna be. We just have so much talent. Like I think at least one of the guys are gonna hit. I could say, and we really just need like two of them to be playable and one to hit for us to probably hit our ceiling. And Colin Knueppel, like I think he definitely has a chance to like crack the rotation. Like he could really play. Like he can handle the rock a little bit and just a perfect fit for what we need. Shari, he wasn't playing this year. Like the fits, like he could really shoot. I think he's gonna be a guy. Hopefully, you don't know these days everybody's sticking around, but I think if he does like 2 or 3 years, like he could end up being like a pro. But for this team, I'm definitely a fan of Colin Knueppel, and I want to see like what he ends up like. How's going to end up in the rotation? Yeah. You got any other thoughts before we move on to Isaiah Evans?
Yeah. Oh, well, on Colin Knueppel, I think he's underrated. I play him and Harris is pretty underrated. I think they're really good pieces.
You think he has a chance to play more than Isaiah Evans? Knueppel? Like, who do you think is the best?
Honestly, I think so.
If you had to rate them.
The best, I guess, like talent wise, like of course Isaiah Evans won. I'll say Isaiah Evans won. I'll have Colin Knueppel too, honestly. Like I really high on him, like, and then I have Darren Harris. But I've seen stuff where people think Darren Harris is like, better than Colin Knueppel. So I feel like they're more high on Darren Harris than Colin Knueppel from what I see.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, me personally, I like out of them three, I like Colin Knueppel the most. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. At first, like to me, I was kind of like, I fuck Isaiah Evans, but like I think Isaiah Evans probably has the highest shot since he was like ranked the highest and like But like the only thing that could be holding him back is just like the physicality. But I think he's still like a dog and he could play.
Yeah, he can
I think he'll end up being fine. And like it's really close between the three. Like I feel like you can make a case for all of them. Probably like Darren Harris maybe the least right now, but I still think he's one of the most underrated guys in the class. Like
I feel like people
he won the Peach Jam and led his team to the national championship game against Mount Verde. Like he's produced. He's produced an elite shooter. Thing he has to prove is like how he's gonna defend. Probably defense might be the biggest thing for him going into his freshman year, and we're just gonna have like so much damn options. So, but I think like Darren Harris, that nigga, he is tough. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he's so good that he like has to work his way in a rotation, like any of the guys that we have, and that's just a good thing. And even like if those guys aren't ready, we still have Mason Gillis who could like early on in the season. He could take like some of the spots and like he's been there and done that. So adding that for like the wings that we got, not talking about Cooper Flagg yet, it's special. It's special.
Yeah, on paper, I ain't got man. Yeah, definitely.
Because just think about it. Like we like lineups that we want to go. Actually, we'll talk about the lineups real quick, guys. Because let me just finish talking. Let's just finish talking about like the rest of the guys we have. Because I feel like the lineups discussion is just going to be the biggest thing with Duke next year. Is how Shire is going to manage all this talent and how is he going to put together all this talent. Because a lot of expectations is going to be on Duke's head next year. Like the bar is going to be set high. Like there's you can't make it to the Elite Eight or losing the first weekend or Sweet 16. You got to make it to at least the Final Four. And like this team has like all the makings of being like a special Duke team. And like the last 2 years, it was Shire's first 2 years. And like to give him a grade so far, like I know people was kind of questioning him and stuff, but like I never lost faith in like what Jon Scheyer did. Like we had our ups and downs. especially like throughout the season. But I still like where he's going, and even like when we first had like 7 guys and all these departures in the portal, like I wasn't really worried because obviously like he's not an idiot or anything, and like he doesn't scream like Coach K and all that, but he's a competitive guy and he's self-aware. He's self-aware. He saw the stuff that happened, and what did he do? He reloaded, and he got like the right guys that was perfect for this roster. And I see the vision, dog. I see the vision. Yeah, like John, there's no doubt in my mind that I think Jon Scheyer is the guy for this job, and just what he did in the portal. Shit, I love it. This squad about to be something special. Nigga, I say it every year. We're gonna win the national. We're gonna win the national championship, nigga. We got a squad, nigga. Because we about to talk about what Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag. What are your thoughts?
Me personally, I was like, he's definitely number one. He is that guy. But I just don't feel like he's like the super generational. He's oh my god, but he's not like super generational. Like I feel like he's gonna come in and play like a really good role for you. Even I still have to see it offensively. I think that jump shot, like I was kind of low on it, but from what I saw, like the numbers wise and like the flags he's shown shooting it, I think he was shoot like a decent enough, like from 3, like his college team. And of course, I think he'll do his thing defensively, but I just want to see what type of like role he plays for y'all, like where he plays, like 3 to 4, like that's what I want to see. But I think he's definitely like he's top talent. I just don't think he's like the generational like that. Right. But
I want to get your thoughts on that because honestly, as much as I just talk about Cooper Flag, I agree. But like, and that's not to take away from his talent at all because I think he's a special talent. But when we talk about generational, we can't just throw that word around every year, nigga. Like Cooper Flag is a special talent, but like Wembanyama is generational. Like what I classify as like a generational talent. LeBron James, generational talent. Shit, even Zion Williamson was a generational talent for what he did at Duke. But like Cooper Flag, I think he's gonna be he's a special prospect. But I just feel like people kind of set the expectations like a little bit like, oh, he's about to be like this next GOAT or something like that. Or like, but I think he's going to be a special talent, especially for Duke. The impact is going to be there from day one. Just versatility. The things that he has to show is how good is he going to be offensively. Because I feel like that's the thing. Defensively, special defensive prospect. But was Chet Holmgren a generational talent too?
Chet. Yeah. Yeah.
What about Evan Mobley then?
No. I don't think so. Well, I don't know. I feel like I see Chet in the same way with I don't think I call Chet generation, but I thought he was like
a special talent. All right, so
you didn't see him before.
Are you expecting Cooper Flag to be better than Chet, like as a prospect?
Yes. Well, so yeah.
What about Paolo Banchero? Because remember when we was doing these remember when we was going like talking about these guys when we were doing like mock drafts and stuff? Did we see these guys like these generational prospects coming in?
No, yeah, we definitely did.
No, because I remember like even myself, I'm like, damn, I don't even know if Paulo's like more of a sure thing than I thought Cade Cunningham was. But like, I think what's it called? Cooper is a special talent, but like, there's definitely things that he has to show, like offensively, how good he is. Because I'm not sure he's going to come in and be like the 17, 20 per game scorer, and that's fine. But like, shit, that's fine at all. But like, I'm probably like, I think he can get around like 15, probably 16 is probably like the max. But like, his impact is not going to be him scoring like these 20 points. Like, just like the same, like when people were expecting Derek Lively fucking be Marvin Bagley and was upset that he wasn't like this offensive guy. But I kind of expect Cooper Flag to be like this all around guy where he's giving you about like 15 points, 8 rebounds, but like defensively he's flying everywhere and he could pass himself. Probably not gonna be an elite 3-point shooter, but I think he's gonna hit it enough where you're gonna have to respect it. And just over the last couple of years, he definitely took a leap and like creating for himself. But I don't see him being like this elite shot creator yet. And that's the thing that's gonna sustain him as a number one pick. Like if he could take that shot creating in the league, because there's the potential Ace Bailey could come for that number one spot. I don't think he's like the sure thing at number one pick. But like right now, hell yeah, I think he's the best prospect right now. But there's also a chance that like it's not like just a sure thing that there's nothing that he can't do or other niggas could do to be on his ass and take that number one pick spot from him. But he is a dog, nigga. Without that being said, he is a dog. And he's definitely going to be the best player Shire had over the last couple of years. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Like I think he's gonna be better than even Filipowski in his first or second year.
Yeah, because even going back to the point, I think my projection for this point like 13 to 15.
Yeah, and nigga, how much the AD average, my nigga? Not even saying that he's gonna be AD, but
AD ain't go crazy points. He average like less than 50.
Like I'm just saying that like the points perspective. Like he probably averaged like 12 points or some shit like that, right?
Yeah, like 12.
And they won a national championship. So like, and he still went number one. I'm not saying he's as good as a prospect, AD, however you feel about that. But like, just even like to compare off that, like that's his impact is not gonna be scoring like 20 points per game, but his impact is gonna be felt defensively and just doing like all around on the court. And he's a special prospect. And then also at the 5, we got Kamala Maliwatch.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think he's a top 10 prospect, but like he's still like a little raw, and it's not also like a sure thing. But him coming to Duke, I think he's gonna be really good. Like he could come along slowly, similar to how Derek Lively was. But just think about like when Derek Lively clicked. It was when Derek Lively and Tyrese Proctor kind of clicked around the same time, where it took Duke to like the next level around that time. And I think he's going to at least be a guy that if we just simplify the game for him and not have to rely upon him so much, but he's going to be a guy that blocks shots, gets rebounds, and is able to finish around the basket, just dunking the ball and stuff like that. And then anything that we get extra, like some of the stuff that he flashes, if he's able to knock down a 3. He's shown flashes where he has some post moves and hitting fadeaways like that. I think those stuff will possibly come like during like later on in the season. But the thing is, we don't need him to do that. If he could be Mark Williams for us, that's perfectly fine. But he still has potential to do like a little bit more than that. But just like I think he's gonna be really good for Duke. It might come, like I said, like later on in the season, like December and January. But I think the good thing that we have is Malik Brown showed that he could play the small ball 5. So if we want to have some type of versatility, now we can start talking about a little bit more about the lineups and stuff. Common Maliwatch already. You could go Malik Brown and Cooper Flag at the 4 and 5. You could switch everything like around that point and just add like different dynamics to just add in like new things that we could do that like we couldn't do previously, like the year before with Filipowski. And just like the versatility that we had, because we had all these other small guards. We didn't have like this true wing defender because it was Tyrese Proctor will probably guard the best wing. Or even like when Blake Henson went off, Jared McCain was guarding him. We just didn't have that wing guy. And Mark Mitchell is supposed to be like the wing stopper or like the guy for the forwards. But now we got so much guys, Cooper Flag, Mason Gillis, Malik Brown, and then having a presence in Kamala Maliwatch. And that nigga Sion James could take on the presence of guarding like wing guys. We got stuff for everything on the defensive end.
I'm just looking at like something like the lines that I saw. Like I got lineups where nobody is smaller than 6'5".
Nigga, every lineup we could throw out is no one's smaller than 6'5".
Like that's what I miss. Y'all been saying that. 2013. Oh my God, talking shit about everything. Like, yo, nobody gonna be smaller than 6'5". We gonna be talking guns. Everybody tall. Like that's gonna help you out, especially like and all the little things, rebounding. Like, say if you like you really need to get to it, like you get it, you need a rebound. Like you said, defensively, like I think everybody can go for that. Even
like,
off the bench.
Like right now, like I'm so happy where this team is at, like projected, like defensively. Like I'm not really thinking about the offense because like what we could do next year is it could turn, the defense could lead to the offense. And like I think this team is gonna be this team should it's really be special defensively. And I think that's what you really need. Like it's not really gonna be as many leaks and stuff on the defense and stuff that teams could really expose. And just being able to bring that to the table like every night and be able to for that to be able to carry you. Whew, I don't gotta worry about the offense because the defense is gonna turn into offense. Especially when Common Maluach is getting blocks, Cooper Flag is getting blocks, fast breaks, transition threes.
Proctor finally got a lot. Proctor, love his.
Proctor got his live threat again. Something that Derek Lively brought to the table. So it's about to be fun in Cameron next year. Sion James about to slam it on some. Once he slam it on somebody, I'm losing my mind.
He's not in the country.
And he about to Kurt Crease again over him, dummy.
Yeah,
but it's gonna be special. Offensively, though, I think Cooper Flag might be the leading scorer, and if it's not Cooper Flag, I think Caleb Foster would probably be the second leading scorer, or the second candidate for being a leading scorer. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess probably
Proctor's more his role is probably gonna be more playmaking and just opportunistic type of scoring, and we don't have to expect Proctor to go and get 15 or 20 or something like that. I think Caleb Foster is more capable of that role, but if you get in a consistent 10 to 13 from Proctor on it a given night, and there's times where he could go and get a bucket, but we're not relying upon it. I think Caleb Foster could step into that role. Sion James, he could give us a steady, probably 8 to 10. There's gonna be a lot of people playing. So who even knows? When it comes to stuff like that, the minutes, how much points the other guys are gonna be scoring. But I think Caleb Foster is gonna be among the leading scorers alongside Cooper Flag. And then Isaiah Evans. Isaiah Evans a wild card because right now I project the party starting lineup going into next year is Tyrese Proctor and Caleb Foster. Damn. I could see them going a 3 guard and start Sion James at the 3. And then put Cooper Flag and Common Maluach, but I think he might make Sion the 6 man. And then at the 3 and 4, you got Cooper Flag and Malik Brown, and then Common Maluach at the 5. And then you had that defensive 5, and then the first sub could be take out Caleb Foster if you wanted it. That would be your best defensive lineup. But you got other guys like Mason Gillis, Isaiah Evans, Con Knipple. So this year, Jon Scheyer, last couple of years, he hasn't really opened up his rotation, possibly how we kind of expected. But this year, he has to open up the rotation, the guys that we have. And you just got to have, we don't have the evidence. You just got to have faith that he's going to open up the rotation because we have so much guys that can really play on this coming team. And I think we should definitely utilize that.
So you saying right now, championship or bust?
Oh yeah, for sure, it's championship or bust. Even though it's so it's hard sometimes to kind of judge college seasons. If you don't win the championship, it's a disappointment, obviously. But at the end of the day, it's just unrealistic. Especially one game tournament is different from say if you all right, just think about it. More times than not, the favorite in the NBA usually wins, correct?
Yeah.
It's a best of 7 series. So just in college, one bad shooting night. foul trouble. Like just stuff like that. And like, oh, nigga, shots just might not fall this game. If it's a best of 7 series in NBA, all right, we got the next game. Like usually the best team usually always wins, but like in college basketball, it just doesn't work like that. And it's a beauty and a curse, but so it's kind of hard to like sometimes judge like everything about just winning championships because it's hard like that. It takes a lot of luck. And but yeah, I'll definitely say it's championship or bust because I think we can make there. But where it's gonna work, there's so much good teams this year. I gotta at least be the Final Four.
Yeah, I feel like y'all in Kansas are like the two championship or bust.
Yeah. Nigga, we got a squad, nigga. We got a squad. Like I've never been. Damn, this is probably like. I've never been this more excited probably since like the Zion year. And I was hyped for that Polo year because I thought we was about to win that shit too. Like really win that shit. But this team, I think this team is gonna be special.
Yeah, I think y'all gonna be special. It's gonna be interesting to see who are gonna really like how everything ends up. Like who's gonna like click like fast, like early on.
Yeah. And I feel like I see like I've been in like spaces and stuff and talking about it, like what's gonna be the rotations. But like honestly, like nigga, that's for John Shire to figure out. Like I think
I want to practice and all that.
I don't think it's like set in stone and all that. So we gotta see how niggas doing like over the summer and stuff like that. Like I'm not really gonna dwell on it because like I think if you're good enough to start, nigga, you're probably gonna start. So like we'll see what happens when niggas get on the floor and all that. Cause I'm honestly like I'm not opposed to any of these niggas starting. Like realistically, we got about like 7 guys that could really be in a starting lineup, or 8 people you can make a case of being in a starting 5.
Yeah, I was for any other team, a lot of these guys start. Like most teams.
And like I can't like if somebody makes a case that says Malik Brown should start, Isaiah Evans should start. What if Colin Knipple just ends up being like so good that he starts at the 3 and you just add more space around Cooper Flag or something like that? Or you want veteran presence with Mason Gillis and Cooper Flag and Colin Malouch as your front court. You want Sion James to start and go 3 guards. Like you can make a case for a lot of stuff, and I think
y'all in-game adjustments.
Yeah,
that gives y'all better advantage in terms of like adjusting in the game.
And I'm so sorry, I didn't even mention what's it called, Patrick Ngamba in this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he's probably like the other backup big with Malik Brown.
So he's not injured, right?
Nah, he played in like 2 All-American games. So like the initial thought, because he missed most of the season, the initial thought that there was a possibility that he could redshirt, but he ended up coming back for the Dick's Nationals. I think it's like Chipotle Nationals. No, he came back for that and also played in like 2 All-American games. So the expectation that he should be playing, we'll see where he is because he missed a lot of time. But he also top 20 guy. So we'll see what he ends up bringing to the table. But yeah, that's the team.
Everybody get the Sean Stewart team.
Y'all on our hit list this year.
We ain't worried. We're not worried.
We got a good non-conference. Y'all on our hit list. We scheduled.
Not worried.
We also recently just scheduled Illinois at the Garden. You know I'm there with it. We're going to Arizona, so that's gonna be a good one. Playing Kansas and Vegas.
Yo, that's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be jumping. I want to. We got to schedule that home and home, Duke and Kansas, and fucking them ops, and UConn.
Yo, UConn fans are feeling them so bad.
Them niggas be dick riding. Them niggas wake up and think about Duke. How you went back to back and you still think about Duke, nigga? That's how you know niggas is standard.
Yeah.
But we gonna be on y'all ass.
Well, we got a surprise for y'all.
We got something for, I said we got a surprise. We got something for Cooper playing.
Fuck, nigga. Think worry about some damn Andrew Carr, nigga.
No, Kirk Creasley going to talk his talk.
I don't respect that nigga. If that nigga goes off against Duke, I'm gonna lose my mind.
That's gonna be interesting. Those are the games when you figure out. Those are the games when you figure out like who is him. Y'all never forget when I first. But y'all played when Paulo played against. I was like, oh yeah, like he's definitely.
Nigga, I was in an arena with that shit. Oh my god. Nigga, I saw the first bucket. He started backing up. Was talking a little. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, this nigga is something special. This nigga was something special. That nigga fried Keon Brooks.
Yeah. Once I saw like a jab step, like he did like a jab step, like pump fake, and then like
he fucked him up on that shit.
Stop. I was like, yeah, this nigga true.
Nigga, the only thing that stopped in that game was cramps.
Oh, and then this nigga, what was it? Like he was like had to rehydrate a lot or something like that. Like he was sweating a lot.
Yeah. Paulo was him. Shit. The Zion game against Kentucky. That game with Cam Reddish, RJ, and them boys. Whew.
Niggas was really making dudes. Nigga made Cam Reddish and I'm almost a loser. Trevor Keels look like top 5 picks like that. Like it was actually that top.
Nigga, y'all made Trevor Keels jump up to a lottery pick in that one day. Nigga.
That's crazy.
That's funny as hell. You got any closing thoughts or any questions before we end this about Duke?
Who's gonna be a surprise player?
Surprise?
Yeah.
I guess I would say Con Knipple.
That was my pick. And I play this even interesting, more interesting, but who do you think has the highest chance to be like not a bust, like an upset, like don't live up to their expectations, like in terms of anybody on it. We think has the highest chance to not show up.
I guess maybe. I feel pretty confident though that I'll not just be like this terrible season, but I'll probably say Isaiah Evans.
You know, I was thinking that too.
Because
I don't know if you was mentioning that.
Because I see some people see him. I see some people like view him as like one of the Brandon Ingram and Jason Tatum type level like Duke wings, but like I don't think he's that. And I think he about to be tough. But I could see him even like it might take him like 2 years. Like comparisons that they give him is baby BI, but like BI was like he was taller and like longer than Isaiah Evans. And that was like one of the big advantages that he has over him. But and it's also like there's a possibility that he might like physicality could mess him up. But he's still a dog and all. But it might just take time because the shot selection is a little wild at times. But he definitely is a shot maker. So I'll possibly say him. But I think Slim gonna be fine. And I kind of expect him maybe to come off the bench. But like if he is ready, he'll probably like by the end of the season he might be in a starting spot. I think it would possibly just take time. Yeah. But we about to go ahead and end this episode. It's the 1-2 punch. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's been a minute. It was kind of all over the place, but niggas a little rusty in this bitch. Feel me? We gonna get back with this and try and be more consistent again. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And you got anything else to say before we get the fuck out of here?
There's BBN number 9 coming. Don't even worry about it. Mark Pope, he's gonna deliver us that chip. I don't know what he's talking about, dude. He for a rude awakening. That's all I got. He for a rude awakening.
Shut up, nigga. Feel me? Duke sights on 6. We about to hang that banner next year. You feel me? See y'all in the next one. We out here.